G'day guys, it's that rig guy here, or Pete. Just depends on what you want to call me by, what you know me by. Um, I looked at my last video that I put up, thought, yeah, full of energy, awesome, magic. My thoughts probably the same as your thoughts, hey? It's just an infomercial. There's nothing really there, no body, no nothing really. It's just like, wait, but there's more. Just waiting for the next part where I get there and come up and go, hey, and you get a free set of steak knives. Now, I'm not all about that. Yes, I own a business. Yes, I'm trying to get out there. Yes, I want to help improve basically the bottom line and my wallet, and also help you guys with fishing. More importantly, I want to pass out knowledge to you guys. Not just from what I've picked up, but nothing really scripted. So here I am. I want to tell you where I come from. What is Pete? Where did I get? How did I get to that rig guy? Where did I start? Like most, or like everyone, I was born small country town. Dad in the army. Mum and dad broke up. Mum and married my stepdad. Mum and stepdad broke up. I went and lived with my stepdad. Now, I'm just going to stop right there. A lot of people say steps and halves and whatever else in the family. Family to me is more than blood. Now, my dad, I will call him Bruce. His actual name is Bruce. He brought me up. My nan and pa, on Bruce's mum and dad, helped bring me up. My uncles and aunties helped bring me up. I have much to thank them for with life, for everything, every bit of knowledge. But that didn't start. It did start my trip to where I am today. But what got me into the fishing was my pa when I was about 7 or 8. Great bloke, farmed, hard worker. One thing I'll take away, not just my fishing knowledge, but in my love and passion for the outdoors and the farm and cattle and the respect for animals, is if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. So here's a little bit of promo for the business. Yeah, Lovell Rigs, it's worth doing and it's worth doing properly. And I won't put my name on it unless it is proper and good and meets my expectations. It doesn't need to meet Joe's next door or Bill's up the road. It needs to meet mine. And I have a high, I have a high level of satisfactory when I get there and I send out my stuff. I have to be satisfied with it, and it has to be top notch, or else it gets cut in the bin. But I haven't always been like that. I've been a little bit of, she'll be right, I'll be right. Let's just get it done. Let's get out there and she'll be right. And that's turned me in. I was a bitter kid after a while when I was growing up. I used to use fishing as an out. If I didn't go fishing, I was angry. I was rude. Let's just put it this way. If I had half a chance, I'd go back in time. I'd grab him by the scruff of the neck and I'd thump the living bejesus out of me. To put it nicely, I was a see you next Tuesday type of child. And if I couldn't get away to the bush or get away fishing to get there and chill and relax, man, the world was coming to an end. And as I moved on through life, I started to realise I joined the emergency services as a volunteer with the SES. Served in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland and South Australia, to where I hung up my boots after 19 and a half years with them. I also went on, I did road crash rescue, firefighting and all that with the CFS for a little town in Meningie. I also was a volunteer with the South Australian Ambulance Service. So all up in my volunteer time, I gave 26 and a half years. And everything that went wrong in my life, I'd turn around and I'd go, oh, but karma says you do good, you get back good. It doesn't happen straight away. You need to get there and persist and just keep trying. After a while, karma will look at you and go, you've done this, and you've kept going. We've kicked you down, you've kept going. Where did Lovell Riggs come from? Lovell Riggs came from depression. Yeah, mental health. A lot of us out there have it. A lot of us don't own up to it. I can remember the day I lost everything. I'm not talking business, I'm not talking money, I lost everything that meant to me. I can remember that day. I had been told by the SES, okay, we're going to send you to get you some help through SPAM, which is Stress Prevention and Management. Absolute wonderful service that they have running for the volunteers. Great, can't get there and say enough about it. It is really good. So I dislocated my shoulder. I was off work for a while. I was moping around the house. Ended up getting sent to SPAM. And the lady who was there turned around and said to me, I think you're depressed. I turned around, puffed out my chest, and I did the whole, nah, I'm just ticked off. She'll be right. And that was a landslide. They saw I needed help. I ignored it. I slipped. To the point where now I'd been through a few toxic relationships, my cause. For some of them, the cause for some of my partners. Alright, I'm not going to lay blame to anybody. It's not right. If I lay blame and point fingers, what's it say about me? In fact, if anything, I want to thank those who are toxic to me, because it's made me grow. It's made me to who I am today and where I am today. So back to the depression, caused on through different life things that have happened. My kids don't talk to me at the moment, but I'm hoping that will change soon. Hopefully, as they say, from hope comes greatness, and I have a lot of hope there. So I got there, and to keep myself sane, stop myself from going crazy, I'd just tie rig after rig after rig after rig. I'd play with this, I'd play with that, I'd adapt this, I'd adapt that, and I got to the point where I had just too many fishing rigs and not enough time to use it. So I tried to sell these. I would say I would rate them a 2 compared to what I'm doing now out of 10. They were just slapped together. I'll make some money on these, and I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't have good packaging. I didn't have this. I didn't have that. But I didn't stop there. I kept going. I put my time and my effort into programs such as Reeling in the Juniors, which is a great program here in South Australia done by Recfish. It helps teach kids etiquette for fishing. It helps teach them identification of fishing techniques. Things like that is absolutely great. Get the Xbox out of your kids' hands and put a tackle box in it. Best thing you could ever do. So, before we get further into my Lovell Riggs trip to where I am today, I need to acknowledge not just Bruce, not just my pa Charlie, who was some major influences in my life. I need to look at people such as Rick, may he rest in peace. When I came to South Australia, I was adamant the fish over here were useless, they were stupid, they were that, because I fished the eastern states. Fish are different over there. You might say a whiting's a whiting, yes, but they feed differently than what they do here. I had to learn, and for a long time I was too arrogant to understand that. And over time, Rick spent a lot of time with me, teaching me rigs, teaching me this, teaching me that, how to feel for this, what to look for here in South Australia. And it has helped me grow. I just wish he was still around today to be able to see the gratitude I actually have for what he's done for me. There are a few other people out there. I'm going to mention a good friend of mine, actually ex-wife, Ree. She has stood there through the thick and thin, and she is a great friend who's supporting me with this. And not only that, she's supporting my other half, who's out here doing the same thing, trying to get this going and better ourselves through other things out there for us to learn about. I'll tell you about them in another video once I've gone out and I've finished and completed the course that I'm doing. So these are people who have stood there and been there for me, who has been one of those people I look up to outside of family? Well, we cannot forget Mr. Yibbity Yibbita, the bearded burbler, Mr. X Hunt himself. I would sit there from the start to the finish of every program. I reckon I saw every episode of Rex Hunt Fishing. I think I got nearly every book he put out. Tall Tales and True, love the book, Rex. If you ever get to see this, mate, thank you. You're a champion for what you've done for fishing and what you've done for me. There's a gentleman I watch over in Victoria, Robbie Fishing, mate. Love the way you do things. The way you explain it, the way you do your interaction with people. It is great to sit there and watch how you do things. I just hope I can learn from you with the way you present. Absolutely love it. Then let's move back into where these rigs come from. So, watching YouTube, I've seen different types of rigs. We see the Americans call the Paternoster the high-low rig. Very obvious. Hooks, one hook here, one hook there. Very obvious. High-low. And watch how they fish. And they fish very similar to the way we do. Maybe their bass fishing is a little bit different. You look at it and you go, what the heck? Are you putting the soft plastic on sideways? A wacky rig? Yeah, more like, yeah. But I will try that one day. I do believe there's a location up around Coffs in New South Wales where there is Australian bass. I'm going to have to try it out one day. From there, I've learned on how to tie breakaway rigs. Great for drop shots and running squid jags down low, breakaway sinker, get caught up. The line that it's attached to is softer than, or should I say, lower poundage than the rest of the rig. You lose a sinker, you keep the rest of it. Mind you, we'll have a bit of coffee. So, learning from other people is a huge thing. So, when I say I want to do interviews with other people out there, I want to not get there and just dive in and go, oh yeah, what do you do here? How do you do this? You caught the squid, excellent, okay, bingo, bango. I want to know how people tick in the way of fishing, where they've come from, what information that they can pass on, not just for me, but for you guys as well. It's not all about me. Fishing is not one of those things where you should be going, okay, I go here, but I'm not telling you. I'll show you all the photos, all over Facebook, all over whatever. TikTok, I've caught 20 squid today. Okay, 15's bag limit. But yeah, and I got them from over there. But in fact, you're over there. A good bloke who I like to watch in America in fishing. It's Fishing and Stuff, mate. Absolute awesome stuff. Some of the stuff that you make is incredible. Love it. There's another person I watch. Okay, it's not fishing related. Hootie Hoo. He's an absolute legend with the way he talks to people and the way he presents. Okay, he's a gun channel. Yes, I hunt. I love it. I will get there and do more about my hunting. And I may even do a couple of YouTube while I'm away on a trip and bring you guys further into that part of my life. But it's just the way they present. I really, really love how they do it. And guys, if you're listening, you see it, thank you very much. Inspiration, huge. A great mate of mine, Alex, from Alex Fishing SA. Before I met Alex, I was bait. It's the only way to go. But he's opened my eyes to soft plastics, to the point I've actually caught my first mulloway in my kayak on a soft plastic. Wasn't size, it was only 58 centimeters, but it was a mulloway, it was on soft plastics. And I owe it all to him in the way that he's shared with me his fishing techniques. Not only that, the way he presents on his YouTube is unbelievable. And these guys, to me, are an influence in a positive way, which has helped me look at where I've come from with my life. I've had that take. Woe is me. I give. But really, I was giving for the wrong reason. Giving for expectation. Now I want to give you guys the knowledge that I have, and the only thing I expect back is for you guys to pay it forward. I want to be a part of opening up our fishing community. Within my business stuff, I deal with a gentleman who is a competitor with tying rigs. I'm going to build a shop. We had a look at it the other day. I want his stuff in my shop. The Fishing Guru, man, he's really good stuff. I want him in as a competitor to me, so people see that it's not all about me. It's about giving others a go, help promoting other people. So Lovell Rigs, built from depression, built from mental health, for the sole purpose of informing. Yeah, we all have our down days. We have our depression days. We have our anxiety. Heck, I had a huge anxiety attack at Christmas time. I went looking for something for my daughter, and I went out of my way to try and make this happen. I got stressed out. I had an anxiety attack. I went bush for a couple of hours. I went MIA, the only way to clear my head. So I still do it. I went and saw a doctor. I've got myself back on track. Everything's cool. So we're always going to have that slip back into our mental health, brightness on the bum. The black dog always hangs around. If you know of anybody or you suffer yourself, reach out. Say, hey guys, need a hand, need a help, need a hug. I'll hug a guy if he needs it. It's a hug's a hug, mate. If you need it, I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. Mate, we all need a hand up. We all need a hug. We all need an ear. Sometimes we need that shoulder. We need that voicing block where we don't hear back. We just get it off our chest with no one trying to get there and make us feel bad or give us solutions to our problems. And my solution to my problem was Lovell Rigs. So from Lovell Rigs, from Pete to Lovell Rigs to that rig guy. How did I get that rig guy? I was out at an event with Wreckfish doing a reeling in the juniors, and this lady came up to me and she goes, I know you're that rig guy. I'm going, that is one way to get there and be recognised. That rig guy. Great for YouTube. How do I get people's attention? That rig guy. What's he do? He ties fishing rigs. Yes. So, what we're going to be doing, I reckon, my next video, I will. The next video, we're going to run through tying one of my running sinkers. And we're going to do it step by step. We're going to take a couple of little 5-10 minute tutorials on this just to make one rig. I have gone out and I've got a massive big fishing hook so I can show you how we tie different types of snells and different types of knots for different things. But though we're going to start off, very basic with a couple of knots that we're going to use, and then we're going to look at how we're going to tie our hook onto it, what type of hook, how we're going to do it, all that type of stuff. And we're just going to do it on the running sinker. And then we'll do a few other crazy YouTubes. We'll go down, I'll try and get some people to talk. If you have any suggestions for people around South Australia who you reckon would be really good to have on this channel, let us know. I do have a few ideas. I am hoping to get a couple of good people up on here. If I can get Alex, hint, hint, mate, to come on and do an interview with us, maybe even a collab at some point. Mate, all welcome. Comments, what you want to see, what I can do to help. If you're in South Australia, do yourself a favour, go over to Carp Fishing SA. At the moment, they're running a competition over there to raise awareness for mental health. I'm a sponsor. I'm giving away fishing rigs, and I've got an auction going for them at the moment on my Facebook page, Lovell Rigs Fishing Tackle. Now, I get nothing out of this, but I get to promote. I get to help. I get to bring joy. I get to put a smile on somebody's face. If I all have rang true with anyone here today, mate, it's great. We've got something in common, something we can bounce off. But I'm also open to get there and from time to time just sit down on a jetty with a few people and fish and just talk. It's always there. So guys, girls, let's do one thing, man. Pick up a fishing rod and get out and get amongst it. I'm Pete, that fishing guy, not an infomercial, but a real guy. And we're going to have an adventure. So let's get out and get amongst it. See you in the next one.